welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are back. Dom, how are you doing?
I'm making it. How are you?
You- it's good. It's good. It's good. I mean, I can't complain, man. I can't complain.
I put a status up on Facebook, and it started just a little bit of a dialogue surrounding. I think somehow, okay, there it is. Uh just simply about my thoughts from the classroom as I'm in there. And I should have been doing this the whole time. Every day it would have been a post. Okay, so I was like, thoughts from the classroom. Can we have an honest conversation about gentle parenting? This also includes sped children.
So,
So
sped
there,
children, was that special ed?
mhm.
Okay, all right. Because I saw that, but
So
I didn't want to be on there.
yeah. And so it's interesting the things that people are saying and how black people, we all tend to be on the same page. Like, and disciplining our children and how that what that looks like. People saying, oh, we have multiple kids. We have to parent each kid differently because we have to talk to them differently because they need different things. But as far as structure and all that, that's the same across the board, and they have to not learn that there are consequences for their behaviors. So yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so someone commented that some people confuse gentle parenting with permissive parenting, which means that the parent is more of a friend than they are a parent to their child. And so I think that's what a lot of people are doing in gentle parenting. It's more permissive. And those children also tend to run the household as well. A lot of the kids at our school definitely run the household.
Mm.
Yeah, I one of our kids that is definitely on the more moderate side, who has a lot of now even more aggressive behaviors, which is why he's in this class because he is aggressive. And it was got bad after holiday and even worse after spring break, where it's just out of the blue, he'll just hit somebody, choke somebody, slap somebody. Apparently, this boy has broken his sister's finger before by slamming her fingers in the door.
Oh, snap.
Over the weekend, he punched his sister when they were all in Vegas. So when I was like, oh, so when the father told you that, I said, did you ask how they responded to that? Like, what was the consequence of that? I said, because if he isn't aware that there is disciplinary action that needs to take place, he's going to consistently do this. That's why he does not, that's why he just runs amok and just hits people, because nobody is one hitting him back. No one is redirecting him to say, you can't hit her, or if you pop her, I'm gonna pop you. You know how we just say a little
Hmm.
stuff. He put his hand up today to hit me, and I was like, and I put my hand back, and so he dropped his hand. I said, so what we doing? And you know who didn't get hit? Me.
Yep.
So he's very well aware. He's smart, but it is just that he does not have the reinforcements at home. So that has been my life. I was like, I can't wait to get about this motherfucking class. So
I
and
mean,
that's literally how it is. Like, you get parents that gaslight you. But we do have some drama, and I gotta get all the tea to tell you I'll now give you that update. But it's definitely a situation regarding some parents, and it's like the days of our lives, or as the world turns, and it's a dad sent the email requesting the information about the graduation for the kindergartners. And I said, that's strange. He's never said anything to you all year. I said, this sound like this about to be a performative situation.
that you finna
So
really play the games.
right. And so she was like, what? I said, oh, what that means is the daddy show up at the graduation, take the picture, post it like he been there the whole time supporting his severely autistic daughter when he has not. So then, get this. we told the mother was like, he absolutely cannot come, he cannot be around her. So now we like, is there a restraining order or something in place?
Like, what's the deal here?
What's the deal? Because apparently they came to observe the class together. So now we're trying to figure out what's going on. And now there was an update after school, but we won't find out till tomorrow because she had to talk to another parent.
Ooh.
I don't know. I was like, I said, watch she ask you to lie for her and be like, oh, they're only like 2 or 3 tickets, and we already have so and so name on the list. I said, she's like, please don't. I said, she gonna ask you. Gonna ask you. So I'll have an update next week.
I got an update for everybody. So we talked last episode, was just me and Dom. Shout out to Dre Wood, who came on last week and schooled us a lot of health stuff, man. A lot of people start following him off the health, understanding more about our health as Black people, which is dope. So shout out to him that's coming on. But previously, before, we talked about the Nature Boy documentary that came on Hulu. And a lot of y'all was in the comments saying, you got to watch the 40-some part series. And I said I wasn't. I said I was not going to do it. What happened? My black ass started watching it. I'm on episode 22 of the 40-some part series.
How long are these
30-minute episodes?
That's like, oh my God, that's like 2 seasons of a show.
Yeah. And it is like a show. Child, there was so many people, 2 or 3 people died there for real. We talked about it because we knew the research from it. People died so far on there. A lot of them, they passed around STDs.
Yeah, I figured that.
He used to be a gay like sex worker and in ornos, as well, pornographic movies as well.
Yeah, they said that on there. They said that in the
but they like alluded to it, but like they weren't showing, but they were showing like the box covers and stuff he was on, like, and they got him saying it like, yeah, I did. So what in the past? It's a shit show, man. And all them, and there's a lot of them people that were on there, like especially the little light-skinned dude with the hazel eyes and his wife. They was in some more shit than they was acting like.
Yeah, no, and so was the Velvet girl.
Yes,
the lead girl shape.
Yes. So now I'm on part 22. She left for 3 months. The part I'm on, she didn't came back because another girl took her spot and he was blowing her up. That's where I'm at right now, and as the world turns of Nature Boy.
Look, yeah, they said that it was real crazy. So I'm not even shocked because I was like, when I saw her, I was like, she not wrapped too tight.
And it was a lot of women that was leaving their kids, Dom. A lot of them, like just, and I mean, I'm telling people they going to the store and just leaving their kids.
Wow.
I mean, it's like 3 or 4 or 5 of them. People hit, and then this my thing is, if y'all supposed to be getting away from what's going on in the world, Babylon, whatever you want to call it, how y'all always online? How y'all
that's
always
what
streaming?
I'm saying. So here's the thing. Remember, I said that. I said,
yeah.
What enticed people to come? Because based on what we know, one, I always said, how do you talk? I said, who was y'all dealing with where this dude, y'all thought, oh my God, let me drop everything and go and deal with a nigga that talks so reckless and out the side of his neck to people. He wasn't talking how you know how we speak to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like he was pouring into it
wasn't like he was being charismatic for real. It was like
he wasn't. That's why I said there was nothing charismatic about him. If anything, he was scary looking. Him and that one nigga that was floating around on the internet, they look like the same nigga that just was doing the thing with the eyebrows and them look like the same dude.
Man, it's
wild. Which, by the
man.
way, they look like Brian from the Backstreet Boys, but that's neither here or there. You know, they always say every Black person got a white doppelganger and vice versa. The one boy looked like Brian because they kind of wolf-like. Brian from the Backstreet Boys is kind of wolf-like. I always said that.
I don't know who the difference. Let me look him up.
Look up Brian from the Backstreet Boys, and you'll see Nature Boy and the one dude that was with them eyebrows.
Oh shit!
Hey, yeah. Brian from look.
If you made by, man, I want to see if I can put him in AI and make him Black and see what it looks
Brian
like.
from the Backstreet Boy. You ain't got to do that because it's Nature Boy and the other boy. We know what Brian would look like black.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
And
Like,
so,
but no, it's
but
wild.
there's nothing charismatic about this situation at all. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I
All
know
these people are mad young though. Like a lot, most of
I
them are
know,
mad
but
young.
that's what I was gonna say. They're young, they're impressionable. Shoot, the white boy was like, them. He's like, no, y'all took my money and went and bought a ping pong table or a foosball table or whatever the fuck. And then like the white people, they was not playing. They like,
no, it was a lot more white people there than you. It was a lot more, especially
I
women.
know. I know, but I'm talking about the girl who mama came and her parents was like, oh, fuck this. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, but I'm just trying to understand. But this is what we talk about: people being lost, people being followers, people in search of something, looking for something. And this is where you went.
Yeah, man. I mean, and even as another dude, like every time it was one dude, even Solar. That's the dude I think that was in the doc. The other dude that was talking about if people would drink his cum, they would or whatever, or they did. Remember that?
And they did.
So that dude was like, in the doc, it's Hood's horror stories too, though, y'all. If y'all want to check it out too, if y'all want to go down the rabbit hole with me, jump on in with me. But he took 3 girls from him. 3 girls came to the wherever they were to be with him, and he would take them. He ended up having like 5, 6 wives at one point. And like another dude to bring a girl, like, hey, I met her. She came down to be with me. Be like, no, I don't think you need to be with her. You need to be with me. And now he got another wife. Like, it was wild. Like, I don't know how these cats was doing it, man. I'm not.
Because when you are in search of something, you will end up anywhere but where you're supposed to be. Yeah. Because you don't love yourself. Like a lot of them had low self-esteem, no sense of self-worth, no community, similar situations like how his his family was, drugged out, whatever. But then it's shocking when you like the girl that came from a really good child, family, but just still in search of something and found herself on like some other shit. Like you said, like I was a virgin. I hadn't had any sort of experiences. We would vacation. We would go to Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
And your ass
she's from Seattle. I found out she's from Seattle in the doc.
Yeah, so she's
in the real doc, y'all.
Yeah, like probably
shit,
not
y'all.
a lot of Seattle has black people. They have a black, a very
Tacoma
strong,
particularly. Tacoma's
yeah,
got a lot
that's what I was
people.
gonna say, but it's just I'm just very grateful. I'm very grateful to not to beat to my own drum.
Yeah, I'm gonna have more updates as I keep watching. I'll update people at the beginning of the shows. So let's jump in, Dom. So last we discussed a little bit of the roast. There's a lot of fallout from it now. We talked about how someone was cheap jokes. I said the only one I don't feel comfortable that I did laugh at was the bonsai tree one, and I had to admit that was funny to me. But in general, we discussed how they were lazy jokes overall that were directed at certain people. Tony Hinchcliffe comes out. Because this has been going on for 2 or 3 weeks now.
I still can't believe it is a topic of conversation, but I think it's just that
keep talking about it, and I'm going to discuss why. I mean, how they could stop this. So Tony Hinchcliffe comes out discussing. Then he says this.
I've been called a Nazi multiple times in just a few hours. I guess that's what LA writers' rooms, all these a lot of mentally ill liberals out there that somehow with all these fucking blacks and Jews and Mexicans around me, I guess I'm a fucking Nazi somehow. I guess the guy that pulls names out of a bucket giving everybody an opportunity is a Nazi. Isn't that something? I was called that by a bunch of people that have never written anything in their lives, that literally have just been reading cue cards and teleprompters every project they've ever done, with the inability to improvise whatsoever, no opportunity to have their own thought. They just read what the writers wrote for them without any originality whatsoever. And the writers I used to work with, there's a few great writers in that writer's room, and the rest of them are just living in a bubble of mental illness, and it's very exciting. But, I mean, the most of it, you know what I mean? I got called a Nazi, gay, a racist over and over again. I'm none of those 3 things, a little fun fact. But they are they are fat ugly, black, and Jewish. Everything I said was real about them. Just a reminder.
All right, Dom. Before we get into the next part of the clips, this is just his stick, though. I think he's like, this is his part of his shtick. Like, he figured out that's his lane he can run in. I don't even know if he even believes half the shit he's saying. Because, like, why would you? The way he's doubling down, tripling down on being an asshole like that, that's how I know, like, oh, this is his shtick.
Yeah, I don't know who he like. This is, I swear,
That's the dude that said it's about the Puerto Rican.
No. I would say I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. Like, prior to this roast, I still don't know who he is. Nothing is circulated on my timeline that would make me even invested in his career at all. It's like how you don't know certain artists or certain songs. And same for me. Like, it is not that, it's not my lane, it's not my thing, right? But the two things could be true. You could be racist and you could be an asshole, and you can, to some people, be funny. The two can coexist. I think my issue here is still the same thing that we said. It is, so you talk about improv, right? He talks about improv and oh, people are just reading the jokes off the cue card or whatever, blah 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 blah. So you improved your George Floyd joke, is essentially what you're saying, because allegedly there are some of the jokes that even Cheryl Underwood has come out and said, I didn't know that they were going to say this. I didn't know that they were going to say that, and blah, 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 blah. And so my thing is out of all the things, and also given the situation at hand, knowing that this is a roast about Kev and you just going every which way. Again, I think if that was a room full of black people, I don't think he would have said that. And it was black. I know. No.
Tony Hinchcliffe, he's got a pocket.
Let me tell you something. No. Let me tell you why he wouldn't say that. If it's because we've seen comedy go left, like we've seen stand up go left real quick. A lot of our comedian friends will tell you, hey, I had to get the F up out of somewhere because, or I had to be escorted out because ... He wouldn't do that if he was in a black club or that room was black, fully black, because it was a variety of people. I think that's why he felt like he could get away with it. And also, we have to have a conversation about, again, when we talk about the cookout and niggas needing to gatekeep, he is saying these things simply. You get white people that say things because the black people have made them so comfortable where they can get certain jokes off. I don't care what you say. I don't care what
you have to kill Tony Hinchcliffe. He ain't one of them types that was trying to come to the cookout. Trust me.
You don't know that. But what I'm saying is,
I've heard of kill Tony.
I'm saying he felt comfortable enough to say that because niggas have made him feel comfortable that was okay.
I think he would have did it regardless. He's just one of them assholes like that.
I don't think so. I think if it was something where he performed and he saw the majority of the room was niggas, I don't think he would have said that, because there was a huge probability that somebody could be waiting outside to beat his ass. I don't think he would say that, because we've seen it happen multiple times.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he ain't as ballsy as he is trying to portray. Just like you said, oh, I think that's his shtick. He know his shtick, he get his ass beat. That's what I'm saying. And so him even doubling down is because he is like, Kev is like, I laughed at it. It was funny, blah, 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 blah. And then you have other comedians like, you have to understand comedy. No, racism is racism.
I mean, we're going to play.
And it was an unnecessary racist joke at that.
Yeah, but so Kevin Hart jumps on. He goes on the Breakfast Club. And he has this to say about the incident with Tony Hinchcliffe. This might have been more people upset, I think, honestly.
Joke. It wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience. But our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not, I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set. Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set, or one of the best sets, between Tony and Cheryl, and I would say Naeem had a really strong set.
Naeem had a very strong set. I was laughing out loud at Tony until that joke.
Until the joke.
But not even just that joke. I don't like when people joke about violent, tragic death. I liked Pete's set, and then I was like, why you had to say anything about Charlie Kirk?
Pete had a great set too. Pete had a Charlie Kirk joke in there. Like, would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Mm-hmm. Yes. Like, I'm not looking at Pete crazy. I'm not looking at Tony crazy. Like, that's what, I know what you're going to do. I know.
What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if The Game never leaves G-Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Is.
Your style of comedy.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother?
No.
So he said,
no shot to you.
No, that's look.
I'm never watching that.
That's fine.
I just want to be clear. I'm never watching that. Like,
I only brought it up.
Even now that you told me, I'm not going to go back and go look at that interview.
Because he's a fan.
But I just want to make it clear so you understand what I do with my time. Like, I'm never doing that. Okay, go ahead.
I just asked because he's a fan of you. Mm-hmm. He saw the joke and it picked up pretty big. So I didn't know if you saw it, but he basically said, like, as a fan of you and knowing that you came to the funeral to support his family, even though it's a roast and Tony, that's what he does, they expected you to kind of be the person that would, like, stop it right in the moment or just not allow for certain things to happen.
And he also said he wanted you to come harder. He said if they're going to joke, why you ain't come harder with your own jokes?
All right.
Racist jokes, I guess.
This is actually a good thing to give a rebuttal to.
See, then
they talked about my dead mom and my dead dad. Said that they were running a train on my mom in
that
heaven,
was hilarious.
Right?
That was crazy. Yeah, that was Regina killed that.
Right?
Yes, wait,
great,
that's right. You probably should say killed that.
The jokes about Kevin was on a slave ship in a bottle with, like, the ship in the bottle. Like, I'm going to appreciate humor. I don't get affected by the attempt of humor. I get it, right? In this case, like, do more. It's my production. We're live. The more is what? Like, what is it that you expect me? You want me to take a live production and stand up and fight Tony or have a reaction? Like,
you're done?
Yeah, we done. Okay, so here's the difference. When he brings up I almost called that boy Tony Romo. Giselle ex-husband. What's Giselle ex-husband name?
Tony Romo. It's not. Giselle's ex-husband is Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. I was.
Tony Romo used to be with Jessica Simpson.
Who?
Jessica Simpson.
Okay, look.
That's what you got with after the dude from Nick Lachey. That's what you got with after Nick.
Look. I was close with a T. I'm confusing my white. Confusing my whites. So the difference is old dude, because Tony Romo is still on the Super. Oh my God. Tom Brady.
Yes.
Was like, And when things kind of got a little rough, he stopped, he shut it down. So there's a difference between somebody standing up and advocating for people around them because you're going too far, and you laying down and just taking it, the lashings, because it's a roast and this is what's supposed to happen. Okay, here's the thing. Ryan Davis said something that's funny, and it was always that you can always get away with the joke if it is funny.
Right, I agree. Yeah,
and it wasn't funny, and that's the thing. It's like, also, I think it goes back to the conversation of reading the room. I'm in this mixed company, and so I can, and it's you clearly it's a white writer's room. So you think that you can get away with saying certain things, and you improv in certain things, and you say this offbeat ass joke that's just inappropriate. And I think it's one of those things where now Kevin Hart has broken through so many different, ceilings, and now his core audience is white. Let's be clear, because
you think so?
Well, it's pretty close to a lot of white people.
I mean, you can't get that popular without a lot of white people.
Let's be real. That's the reality. There are certain things that Kevin Hart, isn't gonna say anymore. There are certain rooms that we would never thought we would probably see him in, especially being in Soul Plane, but he's in those rooms and he broke those barriers and he made it through. So you're gonna respond to things a little differently. You're going to allow other things to slide because of white money. The bag for white money and black nigga money, and you getting paid by, is different. It's a different bag. And you have excelled, like you in all these movies with The Rock, which we were all shocked that we saw The Rock up there really going in and cussing, because we're like, that's not The Rock. The Rock is very poised, or yes, sir, a little bit, just like Kevin Hart. And so I think that he still is missing the mark in the name of comedy. And so if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. We know that that's a simple statement, and we know that to be true. And in the name of comedy and your career, you're going to allow somebody to disrupt, and disrespect such a prominent figure in our community. We all watched as this happened on live television.
So okay. I mean, I agree with you what you're saying. I'm saying, but like, what could have Kev have done? I mean, because from what George Floyd's brother Terrence Floyd was saying, like, he wanted him to jump up right then. Like, how would he?
Yeah, he should. I think he should immediately just. Hey, we're not doing that. Nope.
Okay.
He's like, continue your set, but we're not doing that. Can't get that off. Nope.
Okay.
Because it's still fresh. It's too close to home. Nope. And like they said, you were at the funeral. It is not like you don't know these people.
Well, if would have been better if he didn't do it then, but then when he got up to do his part, that he was like, man, we can't be doing that. Like, address it that way instead. He could have said something. I didn't know about just jumping up in the middle.
I mean, he should have just pulled a Tom Brady and shut it down.
Did Tom Brady shut it down?
I know, shut down. Oh, do George, like when he said, the George. No.
You said Tom Brady shut down his roast?
No, he got up and intervened, and when somebody, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't seen Tom Brady.
Yes, that's why I kept calling him Tony Romo.
Okay. I know, but now you throwing me up because I'm thinking Tony Romo. But you throwing me up, I'm thinking Tony Romo.
No, Tom Brady. In the middle of this road.
Hey, that's so funny. I'm thinking Tony Romo right here because you got me thinking Tony Romo.
No, my bad.
Actually going with Tom Brady.
No, Tom Brady actually had stood up and was like, "Hey, y'all doing too much. It's too much."
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it was in the rule book. It was already been done before. It's not okay.
Yeah, and I think, but like I said, I have a very serious question, and I asked this before, and I'm gonna pose the question again. We know that there were a lot of big wigs in the audience, like Nate Jackson. You have, some of the Wayans in the room. You have Tone Bell fine ass in the room. You have so many accomplished Black comedians in this space, and not to say that he don't have friends that his friends are not white, because they can coexist. But I'm trying to figure out, why was Lizzo up there, or why, the surprise thing from The Rock was fun. Like he did a really great job, but I'm like, why wouldn't you have like his actual peers that are on the same level as him? To me, that didn't make sense.
Well, I mean, the roast that they've been doing roast for like a while, like at least on the TV. Roast been going on since like Frank Sinatra days in general.
Right. It's been a
and
while.
Usually they try to mix it up because they want to see somebody like they want to see a Tiana Taylor go up there and clown this person, because you'd be like, damn, Tiana Taylor even clowning Kevin Hart. Like that's the whole effect.
But then the reality of the situation is does it make sense?
No.
We don't know her, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. Like, yeah, that might be your friend, but it was like, this isn't relevant and it's not funny, so it's not hitting, and that's why it's not hitting the same. So just like the whole thing, like even Draymond being up there, our wives are cousins. Okay.
So that makes sense for him to be up there. You saying that?
I know. You hear me? Okay. I was like, okay.
No, see, I think it's okay as long as you have a relationship with that person, you can roast them. That's the whole point of the roast.
But I think of
now, if somebody don't know you at all and come into a roast, that's different.
But I'm saying, like, you have people that were in the audience that are even funnier than those people that probably could have been participants of it.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying? No, you don't know if they declined. They might have been like, "I'll go, but I don't want to roast nobody."
But like I said, they already had. He handpicked who he wanted, so it wouldn't be as bad. He would, because it's niggas that will go in for real. And like I said, it was very curated, and in curating, you still lost a lot of people with some of the shit that you even allowed to slide through. Like we said, a lot of the colorist jokes. We knew that was what they was on resort to with Cheryl. And he knew that.
And see, I'm gonna go back to a thing of where you said his core base was white. It is not, because it's Black people, because we're the ones.
Do you know how many white people know who Cheryl Underwood is?
No. I'm talking about Kevin Hart, because we're getting so upset. We're changing people, looking at him differently. You see what I'm saying?
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like his core base is Black.
No, here's the thing.
That other base is finicky. His core is Black.
No, I'm gonna say to a percentage, but you hear the conversation surrounding a lot of Black people no longer find him funny, because they feel like
it's still his core.
But because they feel like he has a different audience now. His new audience, his target audience, is no longer us.
So you think Eddie Murphy's core audience is Black?
No, I would say 50-50. I would say and I'm gonna actually hold on. Actually, I'm gonna say a little.
You might not. I'm
gonna say 75-25, and I might even say 70-40.
You might not be understand what I'm saying about core base. Core base is not the most people.
No.
I'm saying the people that will have your back.
Absolutely, I get what you're saying. No, I'm saying that I'm gonna say 70-20, because he is one of the few people that don't audition, because white people love Eddie. Eddie isn't the
Black people love Eddie too.
That's what I was gonna say. But Eddie, similarly to Kevin, is not, even with his joke, like, isn't as threatening. He's been able to get in other rooms. Kevin, like I said, Eddie doesn't audition. I would be surprised if Kev auditions anymore. I would see him audition if it was like this serious breakthrough role, up against somebody.
I'm gonna tell you where he fucked up even more at. If you're talking about, we want to, because I wanted to bring this up with the Eddie Murphy thing.
But I will say this: I say all that to say that he does have a cue, like he has a white audience, but I would say Eddie still is very Black. And how we know this? How they played him for Dreamgirls. We'll never forgive the Academy for that. And I know it was a tough year, but I feel like the year that nigga, wasn't it like the dude that was like, what was it, like Little Miss Sunshine? The motherfucker was dead like the whole time in the movie.
The year that Eddie lost?
Yes. And I know, like, and so I say all that to say, I think that people still have to be mindful and aware of who won that year.
That's what I'm pulling up now. Academy Awards. Man, he got a lot of awards. Shout out.
Just say who beat Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I got it up here now. Yeah, Alan Arkin from Little Miss Sunshine.
That nigga was dead pretty much the whole movie. And that's why that was also very controversial, because Eddie acted. Let me tell you something about Eddie Jimmy Early Murphy in Dreamgirls.
This wasn't that good. Well, I don't like him, man.
I said it was a tough it was a tough, but it was no way that
I've never seen Little Miss Sunshine, so I can't discuss.
Let me tell you what it wasn't. Better than Dream fucking Girls. Now, who was alive that whole movie? Jimmy Early until he OD'd.
Yeah, like what?
At the end of the movie, middle end of the movie.
So no, what I'm saying is that Eddie wouldn't have never done no shit like this. Period. You ain't gonna roast no goddamn Eddie Murphy. And I'm wondering if there's points, I think, in your career, and this is with anything and anybody, where it's not worth doing something.
Yep.
Like,
it is okay to say no.
But I know he's got a relationship with Netflix. He's trying to keep that together for like the other stand-ups that he currently has, for other people he's trying to put on, things like that. But some things is like, oh man, a roast. I mean, I'm fine with it personally, but man, this shit could go left. You don't see Eddie getting jammed. You ain't seen Eddie get jammed up since the alleged time that he picked up the transgender prostitute. You ain't heard about Eddie getting jammed up since 97.
Yeah.
And that's the only time, to be honest. And he got 14 kids, and we still don't jam up. Legitimately, I think he's got like 11 or 12 kids. No bullshit, though.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah, but I'm saying Eddie is old school with it. He's similar in a lot of ways. He's the last of like a Michael Jackson, a Prince.
Yeah, he's definitely
where he wants to keep an air of mystery to him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like seeing that doc on him on Netflix, and he's talking about how he, like, I'm in my house. I ain't trying to be outside like that, because there's always some shit. And he know, like you said, from 97. Because clearly we ain't never forgot. And then we know the other rumors, like Johnny Gill. But we say all that right.
But I mean, you don't know. You mean that's just people just talking in. You ain't got him jammed up.
So we say all that to say, I think that what's interesting is that all money ain't good money either.
Yeah, and Kevin Hart came up in the digital age, but that you gotta balance it. And I don't even understand or know when the balance is. We're learning on the job training right now when it comes to this new digital age. But maybe Kev Hart needs to fall back with it. But allegedly, with those rumors that he ran, that his company is failing now, maybe he needed the bread. I don't know. That his production company is in a little bit of hot water, is what the trades are saying, or whatnot. Which I hope not, because that brother's been putting on a lot of people. But
maybe talking about that Essence article that miraculously disappeared. Somebody randomly lost their job at Essence for publishing that article.
The one recently?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody lost their job because of that? Excuse me. Snap. I didn't know that.
So there was an article that came out about Heartbeat Productions being under fire.
Right. And they had to lay off a whole bunch of people or something, right?
Yeah, like holding projects that were guaranteed to release and drop, and then they was trying to so then the two people quit, and they sued them, and then they turned around and I think try to countersue the people, if I'm not mistaken. And so now he's like downsizing due to like, just production issues or whatever. So it's just a lot happening over there at Heartbeat anyway. And so this, on top of the issue with the droves, because I think that information that dropped like the next day or a few days after the roast had even come out. But then the person at Essence, all of a sudden, like I said, the article is nowhere to be found, and that person lost their job.
But everybody duplicated because it's in the Times now. It's in the financial.
And that was the thing, is that it wasn't that it was an article that Essence, like, oh, this bombshell story. It was like they took from an article that was somewhere else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn. But I mean, this is just one. Kev got to figure it out. You gotta go back and forth. I think between anonymity or being kind of secretive and then like being out there, like jump out there, boom, boom, boom. When all your film come out, be out there everywhere. But I don't know if it's worth it now to be out there all the time and have that much.
Yeah. I mean, you would have thought he would have learned from the incident in Vegas, which came up in the roast. Like picking and choosing whatever. And then, I mean, for him
that one was pretty touchy. That's a pretty touchy situation.
Yeah. And and I know that it's his life, but people also have to remember how the decisions and choices they make also impacts other people. Because I couldn't imagine being a Nico in that audience and like how cringy and how traumatic that is for you. Now, I know people like, well, she was sleeping with him when he was married to Tori. We don't know what is true. I don't know. They've never, until Tori say what I don't know. But I say all that to say I would hate to have to relive a tumultuous time in my life because somebody trying to get some jokes off.
Yeah, man. All right. Next up, your boy Ray J. Let's make it funny.
Fucking
Ray J goes into a celebrity MMA fight and this happens to him. For all our visual people, y'all gonna have to
they can hear it. They'll understand. Knockout 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta come back to it. Hold on.
Look, do we really need to show the people?
All right, Ray. Yeah, see, the internet trying to get me now. Yeah.
Now, I hope we don't get flagged because that's longer than 10 seconds.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
Look at him.
I see.
Yo,
like he didn't even. Neither one of them tried to get in shape for this fight. This is what's also funny. But Ray J is not supposed to be doing shit like that because don't he have a heart condition or a pacemaker?
He's gonna be dying next year. That's what I'm saying. This is dummy stuff.
And so apparently he had to go to the hospital again or something. They said it's some issue with his heart monitor. What is true? At this point, I think he's just trolling us.
I mean, now this was the after fight thing. So now it's reports that Ray J supposedly thought that the old boys were to throw the fight for him. The dude was supposed to take a dive for him.
So it says Ray J checks himself into a Vegas hospital hours after being knocked out by super hot fire. TMZ has learned. Sources close to Ray J tell TMZ he decided to go to the hospital 2 hours after the event on Saturday. The source tells TMZ Ray has been in the hospital for 2 days as doctors continue to run tests to figure out what's wrong. We're told that the medical team is investigating whether or not Ray J had a concussion, and he's also experiencing issue with his heart beating slower. As TMZ previously reported, Ray J has been experiencing health issues since before the fight. The entertainer was hospitalized earlier this year for the heart issues and pneumonia. Somebody in the comments said, "Oh no, he's dying again, supposedly." Laughing my ass off. This guy's a joke. Sorry to say it, but
could he be leaking this stuff to TMZ for people to try to feel sympathy for him?
I don't know what the fuck is going on. As I put my hands on my head.
And then so at the end of the fight, this is the little the post-fight thing though. So this is what I understand. So
what just happened?
Bro. What the fuck, bro?
You talked all that tough shit. Yeah, hold on, don't talk to him. You don't deserve to talk to him. What the fuck was that? You done got a good ass haircut and then came in and got stunned.
Yo, I thought we had a plan.
What the fuck you just say? Hot, super hot. Come here. Come on.
Like a motherfucker, bro. Damn, bro. Like that?
He got a knot on his head. You see this knot on his head?
That's janky as fuck.
Nigga, say what you gotta say, man.
I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but damn, my nigga. Nigga, we took a L tonight.
We
didn't take shit. Yo.
So that's the whole thing. People thinking that it was supposed to be a setup. He said we took an L night was basically he was trying to bet on himself or some shit like that. I don't know. Ray J, man, is this is
shenanigans.
No, man, Ray J is same age as me. This is corny, man. This is real. Like this is. I don't know if he is. It can't be this financial. This is attention at this point.
You know, this is what happens when you gentle parent, or as
I don't think they was gentle parenting.
I was going to say permissive parenting because Brandy talks about how they treated her versus how they treated him. Quite often,
they treated her a little bit more stricter, right?
Yeah, and then it comes up in her book, you know. So it's just interesting to see how he is acting at this big ass age.
Shout out to you, Ray, man. All right, Dom. Do you know who Jaxson Dart is?
Who?
Jaxson Dart.
I said who?
Oh, he is the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. He's He's the swagged out white boy with the chains. You know, he be dancing. He be doing this stuff. People be thinking he's supposed to come to the cookout potentially because of the way he rock a whole bunch of chains. You know, thinking he be swagged out, you know, swag surfing and stuff though before the games and stuff like that. And last week, this is what Jaxson Dart decides to do.
What's up? Yeah. Big Blue Nation, it's a pleasure to be here. I gotta start this off with a Go Big Blue. I'd love it if y'all would follow with me. Go Big Blue, go Big Blue, go Big Blue, go Big Blue. What an honor, what a privilege it is to be here. And without further ado, I'm grateful, I'm honored, I'm pleasured to introduce the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
All right. So keep in mind, he plays for the New York Giants, majority black team, majority black football league, and decides to go out there and do that. And Abdul Carter, one of his teammates, also a brother that's Islamic faith, he goes, thought this shit was AI. What we doing, man? And it proceeds to start a storm fire of other NFL players firing off from both directions, saying he has every right for it. And then on the flip side, Jaxson Dart's jersey goes highly sold, becomes the highest selling jersey for the New York Giants. My question is, why would he do this, Dom? How much more repercussions may he see in the season for this, Dom? And how many times may his old lineman not just block for him a few times?
And that's what I was gonna say. I guess I said, dang, he want to get injured. That's my first.
I'll say this before I let you go. He better win some games this year. He better win. But why would someone do this? Especially this time where Donald Trump has the lowest approval rating. You're young, hot. Let's say you did support John. Why would you even do all this? Why? At this point in the game?
I have no idea.
I tell you one thing. One of the things in the scouting report on Jaxson Dart was he doesn't make the best decisions under pressure.
Oh wow!
And a lot of people were like, "We told y'all from our book and from the combine what
he be doing, or what he be don't be doing."
And now, keep in mind, we shouldn't. I mean, some people bringing it all out. You know, he's a swag. Well, he's from Utah. Went to Ole Miss.
Oh yeah.
We should have known. Y'all know how I feel about Ole Miss. I've had debates people all the time. People, talking about my daughter and her doing well in soccer, and she got a scholarship to Ole Miss. I'd be like, it's another school. If that school want to give her a scholarship, I'm sure there are 3 other top-notch universities that would be willing to have her on a soccer team as well. So that's not a problem. One of my shout out to my older brother Justin. The Ole Miss was trying to recruit him, and they called him like, "Hey, we want you to come down for a visit." He was like, "Ain't no way in hell." He told the recruiter, "Ain't no way in hell." Now, looking back on the flip side, he get mad now because he would have been playing with Peyton Manning's little brother. What is his name now?
Eli.
Eli. He would have been playing with Eli.
Okay.
For a year or 2. I mean, he was like, "Damn, Eli would have thrown it to me." He's like, "But I still couldn't go to Ole Miss."
I guess I do know football a little more than I thought I did.
Yeah, but Jaxson Dart is, he's the starting quarterback for them, and I'm like, man, in New York too. Even though New York isn't as liberal as people think, particularly in certain places, but
some people that about California too.
But it made no sense for your livelihood to go out there. Like, even look and say what you want about him. Tom Brady got caught with a MAGA hat in his locker room, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I don't want to talk about it." Like, he was at least smart enough to be like, "I ain't gonna talk about it." And we probably know he does support him or is friends with him, but at least he knew not to be doing all that. What Jaxson Dart did.
Look, like we talk about choices, right? And the right choice. We just talked about that. A lot of these niggas is dumb. Real.
I think that what if they got him compromised and they got him jammed up at the Atlantic City casinos for some money? That's my conspiracy theory in my head.
Oh my God. Moving on.
All right, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Oh, we ain't off of her yet. This week has been tumultuous. These last few weeks have been tumultuous for her because she keeps doubling down, tripling down, all these different things.
She just
keep coming out more. Now, I'm gonna play 2 different things that have come out this week that are hilarious. One, Cheyenne Bryant claimed she was running for mayor against Bass. Hold on, I'm gonna let you hear it. I ain't just talking about it.
It's not satire.
No, ma'am. Here you go.
Okay. Black people running. because I did this with Los Angeles. I was running for LA mayor, and then I seen our mayor, Karen Bass, come in as a candidate.
Hold on,
she was running against.
Let me pause it, because Dom lives out there, so that's why y'all should, if y'all see her face, and she thought I was playing when I told her this before we started the show. She thought I was just gonna come with an article. Oh no, let me start this over, a little bit over.
Come in as a candidate, and she was running against a white male, a Republican, and it was neck to neck. And I knew that had I stayed in the race, neither one of us would have ran, because two black people will split the vote. Yeah. So what I'm saying, right, Mark. So what I'm saying is, I pulled out so that Karen could win. Right. And she barely won, like Mark is saying. I'm talking about by a needle. Had I even took 200 of her votes, then she wouldn't have won. So I think that Cornell needs to pull back if we want Kamala to win, because he's going to take her votes. He's still black. So
12. That's how many people actually qualified for the 2022 LA mayoral ballot. 27 filed paperwork to even try to run, and Ms. Cheyenne Bryant was not one of them. I'm Tanya McKenzie, chair of the LA County Commissioner on Alcohol and Other Drugs, and I keep getting asked if...
Keep in mind, she's works for the LA County on the committee, so she knows.
Ms. Cheyenne Bryant ran for mayor of LA, and the answer is no. She campaigned, but there's a difference. Let me explain. There was a website. It's actually still up. There was a banner. There was a Dr. Cheyenne Bryant for LA Mayor 2022 branding. There was some community events, photo ops, the whole production. What there wasn't was a nomination papers filed. There was no candidate statement filed. There was nothing sent to the LA city clerk. So there's that. Her name never hit a ballot. She never made a qualified candidates list. She never showed up on Ballotopia, Wikipedia, or the LA Times Roundup. None of those things happened. But the website is still up. You can go check it out. It still says for LA Mayor 2022. It still reads like a campaign is in progress 3 years later. And that right there is why people are in my DMs asking me if she actually ran for mayor. Because in 2026, a Canva graphic and a confident caption will rewrite history. People don't fact check things. They just screenshot and keep it pushing. So let me be clear with all of you. Announcing a run, building a site, and showing up at a community event is marketing. Filing with the city clerk is running. One is a brand and the other is a ballot. Know the difference.
All right, Don. Go ahead. She's running for mayor.
It seems like Cheyenne Bryant has a problem doing the work. So this means filing the paperwork, getting everything in order to appear on a ballot. She didn't do any of that. Similarly to how she did not write a dissertation. She did not finish her classes and all these different things to obtain her PhD. I don't care what she says, whatever this school, Argosy that she went to that closed, we should still be able to look up her dissertation. She did not dissertate. Okay, I don't even think that's a fucking word. You did not.
Fuck it. She didn't do her thing anyway, so it don't matter what you say.
So it don't matter. So you have a problem just saying shit out your ass, and y'all keep giving her these platforms simply because she's cute. You are not a doctor. You don't have a JD. You did not do all the hours that you need to do, which is, I think, like 5,000 hours. However many hours you have to do to be able to practice when you pass, like all these exams to be, to be a therapist, a psychiatrist, whatever it is, a psychotherapist. It's a lot of work, and you don't like to do the work. I don't understand why you just didn't come out the fucking gate saying that you was a life coach. That will make more sense than you saying, "Oh, I got this, I got." No, girl, them honorary degrees don't mean shit.
So do you want to see the second video? Or it's 3 videos.
No, I'm sick of this dumb bitch.
No,
We gotta stop.
Okay. Can I explain it then if we're not gonna watch it? Can I explain it? So the other video that Don won't let me show y'all.
Just go ahead and roll the beautiful bean footage. How long is this clip?
This one, she's going, her and Torre going at it, and she calls him basically a bitch and all kind of stuff. Or whatnot. Here we go. And then I have the crew to top. That's only 4 seconds after that. So here we go. Oh. God damn it. There we go.
Cheyenne Bryant crashes out on former MTV journalist Torre.
This is how life works, and successful people, not just only externally, but internally, what they do carry at the nucleus of who they are is discipline and boundaries.
If gentle parenting creates gentle children, sign me up. I definitely want to create more gentle adults, especially men. Hold on, everybody, especially men.
You are
My God, are you kidding? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. That's what we need in the world is more gentle men who understand.
Ray, you're very gentle, and it comes at an angle that doesn't always work for people.
Let's just stop and go back.
Is this who you want to get your life coaching from?
Because I'm wrapping the show and you're interrupting me.
First of all,
this is what we spent a whole meeting on this.
First of all, Torre, first of all,
why don't you let me wrap the show? I'm ending the show.
First of all, Torre,
first of all, we're getting out of here. What is the point? What is the point? It says go to host up.
Voice when you're talking to me. Lower your fucking voice when you're talking to me because you're acting very, very gentle, very soft, and very feminine. And this is the problem. Torre, you talk to your wife like that. You don't talk to me like that. I am not your wife. You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your wife, gentle. I'm not your wife, softy. Don't talk to me like that. You talk to your wife like that, not me. Sheree, talk to your wife like that. Do not talk to me like that. That is not how you professionally approach me. Don't fucking talk to me like that. Check yourself. You don't talk to me like that. Talk to your wife like that.
Doc, hold on.
Shut the fuck up talking to me like that. That's what you do. That's what you do.
They should have removed her from the stream.
You better tap into your gentleness and real quick.
Like you still talking.
You ready to wrap this up?
Yes, as I was doing.
So this was all behind the scenes stuff of like they kind of was trying to tape their show. They had a show that they was doing together previously. And my thing is like, yo, this is what we talked about last week about flying too close to the sun. If you gonna be big talking and doing all this shit, you better have all your shit in order. Is that, as they said from The Wire, if you come at the king, you best not miss. So if you're going to be just talking all this big shit, you need to have your PhDs, all the stuff you claim you have done, you better have it because people are going to try to find a way to discredit you. So they're going to, if you're going to be talking that big shit, you got to be ready.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's one of my main things is like, yo, so that thing is blown up this week. And then she decides to put this up on her thing, playing Cardi B, Pink something in the background. This is what she decides to play for the world. She said, and you know, let me hold on, because this is what she put up for everybody.
Are you talking when she was on that boat or whatever?
Yeah, this is her response to all the haters. All the haters.
Pretty and I'm petty as fuck. Pretty and I'm petty as fuck. Pretty and I'm petty as fuck.
But we know. Here's the thing: is that we.
My thing is like I can't take you seriously.
That's what I was gonna say. She don't want to be taken seriously because the jig is up. The jig is up. And so she literally has gotten along with this scheme for like 10 plus years. You know, you were on shows like Teen Mom as a therapist, all this stuff. You have been parlaying your way through this the whole time. And how she even got found out, I think it was like Dr. Rhonda or somebody. It's like somebody else was like, something seems off.
Yeah, because she said when she starts saying that she don't have her license because she wants to be able to help out more people. And then somebody was like, dude, no, that's not how this works. Remember, it was like another doctor.
Yeah.
If you're a licensed therapist, you need to have that to protect your clients.
Yeah. Because
she was like, no, I can help more people. And then people start peeling them layers back.
But also, it's just really weird and it's just unfortunate. Like I said, you could have been fine if you was just a life coach. Just a life coach.
But that's the thing. She needed that extra to be able to get in the room. Now, now they done found all the music videos she done been in and everything, Dom. They done found her in the B2K video for name some of them songs. One of the more up tempo ones from the first 2 albums.
There's there.
No, she was like she was like a bell. She was like behind, like they was all bunch of girls.
She must have been Got to Be then.
Maybe it's Got to Be.
Got to Be is
keep going.
Then that means she was. Hold on, I'll look at Gots 2 number 2B. Yes, I was.
Yeah, I'm putting it in now. Hold on. It's in Got to Be. Yes, she's in the Got to Be video, and she's also in Busta Rhymes Make It Clap.
Wow.
And there's nothing wrong with those things, but it's like, oh, so you always wanted to be in the limelight. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, what's her name? Joy what?
Cheyenne Bryant.
Oh,
said Joy. But it no, don't mess it up with Joy Bryant, the actress, because that's you was going to combine them two in the being. Or Joy Taylor. That's you was combining Joy Taylor and Cheyenne Bryant together.
Look.
But it's real sad, man. And we got to
listen. Hold on. Speaking of Joy Taylor, she said something really interesting that I felt like we should have touched on. I thought I sent it to you. She was just saying that if it were if men could get pregnant, they would have like drive-through abortion clinics, and I hella believe her. I hella fuck with that for sure. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But back to the situation at hand.
Yeah, but it's
my bad, y'all.
Yeah,
listen, I'm sleepy. No. Okay, I ain't had no nap.
Oh no. Look, we almost done. But it's just this. It's sad.
She does too much and not enough at the same time.
Because I don't know if you saw Amanda Seales saying, "Why do we care so much? You know, why do we care so much about her?"
Here's the thing.
It's like Dr. Maya Angelou. There was no doctor, but we believe. I was like, first of all, she didn't start going about doctor side. She got her honorary degree. Number one, she was already writing poetry and stuff. We was already fucking with her in the 70s.
Look, here's the thing.
And she wasn't getting nobody therapy.
And that's and there you have it. And we talk about things being detrimental. Amanda Seales, you won't even go get diagnosed for the fucking autism. You self-diagnosed yourself. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? What are we talking about? Because you likely have ADHD. And if you get ADHD, and depending on where your markers are for that, where you test, they will say, "Hey, based on this, we think you should get tested for autism." They do that. So, girl, we're not listening to you. You be doing a lot and too much. You know, you could look. You do too much and not enough at the same time, too, sis.
Yeah, because she could have played this if she would have never said she was a doctor and really harped on it. I'm Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. And like you said, maybe she don't give a fuck because the jig is up. And it's to the point where maybe some people don't care and she could just run it now because she's already got her popularity. She's got 4 million followers. I mean, you got your name up now.
That is detrimental to society.
All right, our last topic I wanted to discuss was this Chud the Builder guy. Have you heard about Chud the Builder?
I don't know who this is.
Oh, Chud the Builder is this gentleman right here. I'm not gonna play any of these videos because I just don't want to deal with Chud. But he's a gentleman that is his government name. I have it in my notes here is Dalton Levi Etherly. He is an online content creator and live streamer based in Tennessee. So he's
racist.
Yes, and he was trying to rage bait black folks. That he was involved in a shooting outside of Montgomery courthouse in Tennessee because he didn't want to pay his bill and try to run out on his bill and said that because the restaurant wouldn't let him live stream. They were like, it's against our policy. And he's like, since y'all don't want me to live stream, we leaving. Keep in mind, him and his people already ate all their damn food up before all they doing all this. So he was like,
Doja, They sleep.
Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch, though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey, man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And
Peace.
he do regular day jobs. Don't forget that.
Paying. So they called the police on him and arrested him for theft.
Okay, yeah.
He's showing up for that case at the Montgomery courthouse. Comes out, somebody's like, dude, are you Chud the Builder? Are you that white dude that be fucking with people? He's like, yeah, what you want to do? And he says stuff about calling people the N-word, monkeys. They say he says you chimping out if you get upset for him running up on you, calling you the N-word, things like that. And he gets into it with the brother and tries to shoot him. And then he shot the other man and he shot himself on accident. So he went to the hospital and now he is being charged with attempted murder right now. Now, Mr. Chud, the builder, has really got himself really jammed up because now, just similar to Cheyenne Bryant, everybody coming out with their story. Allegedly, he was a twink before, and that's not mean a disparaging term. That is the direct term of what it was. And then there's a young lady on Real Life Street Stars. Shout out to them. They have some great hood interviews on there. Not just hood, just good interviews. They've had Mark Cuban on there, a couple of people. They are based out of Dallas. Shout out to them brothers and sisters. But they got a woman on there. I just saw it before we started. The woman that pegged Chud the Builder, and they interviewed her for an hour and a half. But this is how Chud the Builder looks. Dom, I'm putting it up on the screen. That is Chud the Builder. This is not a video.
Those be the ones that like getting pegged.
Right. So, but no, he was supposed to be, a twink before that. He was a more effeminate man, and then all of a sudden he tried to do this different spin, allegedly, of this whole different thing. And I know people have been talking about it. It's been a big thing with it. But I want to talk about a white guy that was totally as crazy as him, but was for the right cause. And his name is John Brown. So John Brown, I mean, if you don't know about him, John Brown is an abolitionist from 1800s, right before the Civil War. He is the one that runs up on Harper's Ferry, which was one of the main places that had guns in the Union, not just in the Union. It was the United States then, just before the Civil War.
Okay.
So he recruits and he's been doing random stuff throughout the country in Kansas, Missouri. He just fucking with white people that have slaves all across the country. That's what he do. And he's speaking against slavery. He's speaking against all the different things that go on within the whole idea and process of. Now, the thing about John Brown is he kind of crazy. So he thinks that I'm trying to describe John Brown and I'm gonna show a picture to everybody of John Brown that is watching. But John Brown was an individual in many ways that didn't know how things should be going, if I make sense. They're not things how they should be going. He just was like, why we not doing that? Let's run up in the spot, which is commendable for 100%. But he would just do weird stuff. And I'm going to list off some of the weird stuff he'd be doing here, besides what his historical thing at Harper's Ferry. So I'm going to tell the real story first. So at Harper's Ferry, he goes up at Harper's Ferry. His 3 sons, and 8 to 9 black brothers going, and they try to take over the arsenal with all these guns. So, because what John Brown thought was, if I can get that and get all the guns and start handing them out to black slaves, we can start the revolution now. Off the top. Problem was, they scouted it wrong, went the wrong day. The United States Army troops was there then, literally just sitting there having beers and stuff and eating. And one of the main general over all that stuff was Robert E. Lee, who ended up running. He was there at Harper's Ferry because he was a United States Army soldier, regular Army soldier. He was there with his guys. Oh, no. It was guys over there. He came up on the thing because they got in, they got the shooting, they got some stuff. They got up in there. they get held up in there, I believe, for a week or so. They got held up in there, up in the Harper's Ferry. So one of the, and then they ended up catching John Brown, killing a lot of people. A lot of them gets hung and all that stuff. So one of the things about John Brown, he says he told the federal government they put a $250 price tag on his head for all his activities in Kansas, right? So he issues his own wanted poster, putting a bounty of $20.50 for the president, for President Buchanan. So he makes up his own posters of the president of the United States and starts putting them around the country, saying he'll pay $20.50 to John Brown, and then putting his address. Like if you kill the president, I'll give you $20.50. So that's just one of the funny things he did. Saying then when he's gonna get hung, he was so crazy about it. He said, "I'm quite cheerful of my view approaching end, but being fully persuaded that I'm worth inconceivably more to hang them for any other purpose." He basically thought he was going to be a martyr for the whole cause, that everybody was just going to get down. Now, the last crazy thing is he thought that Frederick Douglass should go to Harper's Ferry and do this with him. Him and Frederick Douglass was cool. So this is like this is the white crazy friend, y'all, that you'd be like, man, he be riding, but it's like, I don't know. So he wanted Fred Douglass to run with him and do that because he thought he could galvanize more people to start up the energy, to get more people involved, to try to take over this place. But they were saying, like, we're going to do it a different way, Johnny. Dude, he's like, fuck it. I'm taking my sons and 7 black people I know, and we're going to run up in Harper's Ferry where they got hundreds of soldiers. But he was down for the cause, and he believed in something more than what it was, and he didn't care about calling nobody no N-word because he believed in the freedom of black folks. So that's why I'm going to give a juxtaposition of Chud and John Brown. But John Brown is still funny. And it's some great history if you want to dive into him even more. But shout out to John Brown with his crazy ass.
I cannot.
So, but yeah, Chud the Builder, John Brown, 2 different folks, 2 different types of ways to look at black folks.
I can't.
I got some dope history that I found out coming up too on the history of the country of Grenada and how we messed that up too when they was trying to be free. But I'll talk about that on another.
Don't America always mess up everything?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
we always.
And what president you think it was that messed it up for the Grenada?
Somebody white.
It is.
So y'all.
No. It's easy. Crack in him.
Reagan.
You goddamn right. It was Reagan. But shout out to that. I will talk about that more in depth in a future episode. But Dom, where can people hit you up at?
You can follow me at St. Angeles wherever you social network. Don't forget to check out Do You See Her on Prime. How's
the numbers been for that? I mean, I guess you.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm acting like you behind the scenes, like you could just go into the analytics.
Right. I'm like, I didn't upload it.
Download it today. But next episode, I finished Nemesis, Dom. We'll talk about it next episode.
Okay. How do you feel so far?
Man, I think it went on two episodes too long.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, shout out to my brother Jeff in Nemesis.
So who is Jeff? Which role did Jeff play?
Malik.
Which one was Malik?
Malik is the DA.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my bro. I'm so proud of him.
Okay.
They get a season 2. We rooting for a season 2. I thoroughly enjoyed Elon, aka Daniel. Justice for Daniel. I still justice for Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
So I had fun watching it. It was really, really fun. So.
I just didn't believe my homeboy from as the undercover cop from Abbott Elementary. I just couldn't fully buy into him. That's my problem.
None of us could. So you know what would have been fun? Because somebody was like, it was like they wrote this for Shamar Moore, and Shamar wasn't available. And so I get how they say that.
Shamar could have pulled it. You got to have a more rugged, light-skinned dude if you're going.
No, look. Even if they had him, they should have had Shamar Moore be the daddy. That would have been fun. But Shamar wasn't. Shamar is kind of typecast a little bit because he kind of has to.
You know who would have done it well? My dude from P Valley. He would have killed it.
Oh, Diamond?
Diamond from P Valley would have been believable.
Yeah, maybe, but I just say all that to say I think they'll see the feedback. I think they'll dial it back. But it's just also like people said, like he disgruntled, and you street, but you're not street because your daddy.
I need him to be a little bit more street though, like a little bit more street. He wasn't believable street.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we know Denzel Washington ain't street, but I believed that character when he became Alonzo.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But no, we'll talk about it next week. We're gonna
week.
give a full review of it. But that was one of the things that took me out. But
okay.
Yeah. We will be back. Make sure y'all don't forget, do not forget, y'all. Hit us up on the voicemail. Hit us up on the voicemail 314-649-3113. We appreciate y'all. Peace.